What's going on, Assassins? It's Darkshard of the YouTube Assassin, and we end the Taco Tuesday Trifecta with Assassin's Creed Origins. Now, we have Sekhmet as our normal mode god, and we're already in the midst of that. What you need to do is basically aim for her chest. Do not go anywhere near that fire that surrounds her, otherwise you will get hurt. Do not go outside the yellow line that you see on the outskirts, otherwise you could reset the entire fight. At about 75, 50, and 25% of her health, she will have these minions that come out, and as you can see, they are tethered to her life force, so taking them out will also take her life away. As you can see, I'm picking up a bunch of those little arrows, those bags. They have arrows in them to replenish your supply. That way you stay in the fight. You want to avoid her hazards. She has those fireballs that she just threw. She also has the fire beam that comes off her head, and then it'll split off into two later on in the fight. She also has a bunch of circles that'll appear on the ground, and they'll slowly start filling with fire. So avoid those. Her minions will be affected by those as well, so just keep that in mind. Get between her and, or get the minions between her and you, and that way you're able to kind of use it to your advantage. They get taken out. They're not too tough, not too bad. It's a pretty straightforward fight, and then afterwards she'll just give up at around 10%. You just really want to avoid just going anywhere near that fire like you just saw. The other thing that you want to do is make sure that if you don't see the bubble on her chest, there might be a minion somewhere around there, so keep going until you find them. Eventually you will, and you'll take her out. At about 10% of her health she'll give up, and then you'll get your rewards. You'll get 1000 XP, you get 250 drachma, and you'll get a tier 1 god item. However, being that I've already got all the items, I get another 1000 XP. And yes, you can farm the gods. You could just continuously fight them for XP. Next up, we have Sobek, and Sobek is going to be our hard mode god. Now, that means that whereas Sekhmet, being our normal mode god, was level 40, you could take the fights at level 40 and she stays with you whatever level you become. If you have the DLCs, you can go all the way to 55, so she will be 55 as well. Max. Sobek, being the hard mode god, he's going to be 3 levels above you always, so regardless of how high you level, he will be 3 levels higher. He will max out at around 50, or yeah, 58 is the max that any of them can max out, and the minions will too. The fight is pretty much the same way. You want to make sure that you let them take the brunt of any of his hazards, and his hazards will include that rock wall that you see him throwing. He'll have rock geysers that come out of the ground, and then he'll also have an arrow volley that he'll toss at you, and that's pretty much a pain. Make sure that you put your shield up, get out of the way as soon as possible, so that way you're not getting hit by that. And that's pretty much the fight. It's pretty much the same as Sekhmet's. Just keep moving. You got the minions at the same amounts, and you just got to avoid going too far out, too far in of this arena. Now, what you want to do is make sure you've got the right gear. Gear that you want any melee items that'll give you health on hit, or if you can't have anything that's health on hit, make sure that you've got anything that does poison on hit or bleeding on hit. Same with your bow and arrows. That way, whenever you hit him, if you're taking damage, you're actually restoring it whenever you hit him or his minions. The other thing is that if you don't have anything that'll heal you, anything that has damage over time, such as bleeding or poison, will slowly sap their health little by little. So that's really good. That's something that you really want. It'll come through in a pinch. Like as you're playing through here, having his strength slowly sap, it will help out. Trust me. Now, as I said, he's still got his hazards. You want to avoid them. Same strategy as before. Let the minions take the brunt of it as you're battling them whenever they pop out. And then at around 10%, he gives up as well. Now, this is a tier 2 god. You still only get 1000 XP. I think you should get more. You get 250 drachma, and you get a tier 2 god item. Alright, again, being that I've got all the tier 2 god items, I get an extra 1000 XP again, you could farm the gods if you want. Anyway, at each major town, you will find the Nomad's Bazaar, which is where Retta is. He sells these carbon crystals that'll upgrade certain gear. I keep telling you, never buy that. And he also sells Heka chests, which is basically a way of gambling so that you could get legendary or epic items. Every time you purchase one. Now, you do that at your own risk. All right. You could also sell off all your gear. Legendary items are way better in this game than any of the epics, and everything else you just want to sell off. So every night at around 8 p.m. Eastern, he will give you a brand new daily quest, and in completing that, he will give you a Heka chest and some XP. This is going to be one of the easier ones. Gather materials. So he's asking me for 20 hard leather, and I've already had stacks and stacks of that. So for turning it in, 1500 XP, and it gave me the Savannah shield, which is a rare shield in this game, not epic, but nothing that I need, so I'll probably sell it off. Anyway, that's all there is to this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure you like and subscribe. It helps this channel out an awful lot. As always, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. And until next time, take care, be good, stay safe, take care of each other. I'll see you all in the next one.
Yeah,